Hey guys, it's Jeff with Simply Derivative, and here's the daily recap for Wednesday, November 6th. Taking a look at the ES after market, after hours. Um, Kind of a mixed day today. Some interesting news came out regarding the trade war and delaying the meeting of the signing until December. And so you saw the market whipsaw pretty good for about 11 points. A couple things I wanted to point out. Number one, we were short right in here around the previous close in the open 72 when it happened in anticipation of a break of these lows in here to get down to where ultimately the market did go. And I'll show you why we had that area identified. And this happened so fast that there wasn't really much that we could do. But there were other opportunities to hop on board and get involved in the markets today. So, but right in here, yeah, we were short for our first trade, and you can see that the market wicked up basically to the overnight high area. So it stopped us out before ultimately getting down to our area that we were waiting for to get long and also take our profits before that area. And you can see over here on this 240-minute chart that we had a gap basically from Sunday afternoon to start this week. There was a gap up with a little area here that you can see on the 240, and then you can also go down to a 5-minute and see it as well. I can show you here on the 15. Basically right here, this was the close on Friday, and then Sunday this started trading for the week, and you can see we made that initial move up Sunday afternoon, Monday, and then we've basically traded back down to this area today. And on that news report that came out via Reuters, you saw the market whip up higher, get to basically Globex high before making its way back down here, and ultimately we've traded back up to this point. So probably at this point you'd expect the market to go through this area right in here above this 75, 76, ultimately getting back up into the top end of this range. We'll see. It's got to clear this wick in here that basically has set these highs around 77, 78 for the past couple days. So that's what I wanted to point out to you today. Again, we were short in here initially. We got stopped out. Market came down, and it happened really quick. And then this long opportunity on the gap fill basically is what it was one entry, and then you had another entry down here at the bottom of the Globex area, bottom of the first 15. You saw this close bullish, and we figured we'd trade back up to at least the top end of this range, previous close open area. So the ranges aren't that wide. The trading is not that great, but there still is opportunities out there. So that's kind of what we're paying attention to. And then you had a late day opportunity to hop on board and get long. I'm not going to go down into the smaller time frames, but that was kind of what we were looking for as well. It was either one of these where it was going to be a late day, midday rally that fades into the close. Kind of had that going on. That was a possibility as well. But a smaller time frame told us that it was probably going to be a pop up above this. Plus, you have all of this trading back in here that had been taking place over the past day and a half. So, we figured that if it did hold and get back above the previous close open area, top of the first 15 minutes, that we could see us pop up back above this range in here, above 78, getting back into the 80 handle here on the ES. So that's what we were looking at today. Like I said, kind of range bound, kind of slow day the past couple days outside of that news event time frame. But other than that, not the greatest of opportunities here in the ES. Other markets have some good opportunities, definitely taking some options plays and looking at other markets. But that's it for today here in the ES. So we'll wrap up with that. And then we're going to be doing I'll do basically a pre-market prep, a trade plan review for tomorrow early on in the morning, and give you an idea of what we're looking at and where we think the market may go on an intraday basis. Just real quick, taking a look at the cash market session times. You can see that we basically had a couple weekdays, came back, filled the gap, and then bounced from there. So that was the long opportunity. That was really the better trade of the day. And that news event was, something that you have to expect nowadays. And so taking a stop out on that is not the worst thing in the world, but it's just one of those things you have to account for. So that's it for today, guys. We'll see you tomorrow. Have a good night.